Presenting from across the pond, it's the Squared Circle Relics Podcast.
Hello and welcome to our special, an AEW special. We, quite luckily, we get to do these quite often these days because AEW products come out quite often these days. It's fantastic. So I'm your president, David Lloyd. I'm here with CMC Chris McCarthy, Colonel Chaos Jamie Stocker, and evening, and also our very special guests again, Billy Celio from Upper Deck. Hey Billy, how you doing, bud?
Doing good. Happy to be back.
I think this is number 6, you know. I think this is sixth time we've had Billy on for numerous bits and pieces. So yeah, we've had him on for nearly to double digits.
On Saturday Night Live, they give like a 5-timers club, like they get a jacket or something. So,
well, you get to 10, we'll make you a card. There you go.
All right,
make you a Tay Mello card.
A Billy Rookie Auto.
Yeah, that'd be quite cool, actually.
It would be quite cool, wouldn't it?
We'll do that. Like, we'll have to send him a load to sign as well, and we can give them out. That would be quite
the patrons.
Yeah, I like that. So we are here to talk about AEW SP Game Used. Now, this came out, I want to say 2 days ago.
Yeah, the 19th.
Yes, exactly. Fantastic. So we're just going to, a bit different to what we normally do. Normally we go through the set to the 8th degree, and I didn't think we really wanted to do that today. So we're just going to have a general chat between ourselves for about an hour and talk about all the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I don't think there's much ugly to talk about, to be honest. So I will do a quick breakdown of what is in SP Game Used. So you are guaranteed an autograph. You get 2 memorabilia and or tech cards. 1 red or gold, which is numbered, base set, or base set authentic rookies cards, and 3 base set and or base set authentic rookie cards per box on average. Is that, Billy, you agree with that one?
Yep. Sounds good.
Fantastic. There you go. I'm glad, because that's generally what I've seen. So that goes hand in hand, really. But the thing is, you do get more than 1 autograph sometimes.
Yeah, we had a nice little surplus, and we decided to put it back into the product.
Fantastic.
Really cool.
So, Billy, do you want to just go through, like, as we always do, sell the product to us, Billy? Like, what have you, like, I think it's probably as best as, like, have a chat about, because obviously you manage the creation of the set as well, so you better than anyone can run us through it. Yeah, the floor's yours, bud.
So, I do build the SP Game Used hockey brand. So I've got a little experience with branding for this, and every pay-per-view and stuff like that, AEW, as I've mentioned many times on the show, is just a great licensor to work with. They're always offering stuff for us because they want it to succeed just as much as we do. And so, it's almost every pay-per-view will have some representation at the show, and they literally will bring back a pallet. Like, do you want a table? Do you want a chair? Do you want... And it's just a big pallet of, some people call it junk, but we call it gold over here. And it's just stuff that we can put into the sets, like banners and mats. And, I've gotten to see a lot of unique memorabilia in hockey. We get pucks, we get goal net, like the netting from the goals and stuff like that. And to be honest, as a wrestling card collector, I don't see as much memorabilia as like match used memorabilia. Yes, the shirts are worn by the wrestlers. It's tough to get their actual outfits because like some of these wrestlers, they only have like 2 or 3 outfits and they just keep using them and stuff like that. Or they want a pretty penny for them. So, we do have our like wrestler worn shirts and everything. And I think our competitors do the exact same thing. So I wanted to like say, okay, we've been getting a lot of really cool stuff the last couple years, we need to find a home for it. And I threw out the idea of doing a game used. And the funny thing is we were trying to figure out, do we still call it game used? Like it's not a game. Do we call it match used? And we're like, just stick with the branding, call it game used. And that's what we did. And in our hockey set, you get a autograph or a premium memorabilia. Well, we don't have like amazing patches to come out. We have multicolored shirts or stuff like that, but like the patches. So I'm just like, let's just give them an autograph, similar to what we did in Spectrum in every single box. I think that's a nice selling point. And then the other thing is to get it at a pretty affordable cost. You have to buy a number of like flagship boxes to get an autograph in a box. It might be like 3 or 4 boxes. Well, we're kind of taking away all those base cards because there's people that do just like hits. So we're kind of taking away a lot of those base cards and putting our resources into the hits for this set. And that's kind of what this whole product's about. It's similar. It's a little bit like Spectrum, but it's like not as thick of cards. And I think you get a little bit more in these also. And I think the price is actually a little bit cheaper. So there's a lot of really cool stuff. As I mentioned, we have like a no disqualification insert that it's kendo stick, coffin, ladder, table, like all this crazy stuff. That some of the stuff I've never seen in trading cards before. That was one thing I really wanted to do is let's put some stuff that people have never seen in trading cards. And like when we do the net cardboard cards in hockey, I was just like, wrestlers always have like the tag rope that they reach onto, and half of them don't really go by the rules when they're wrestling, but there is a rope that the tag teams are supposed to hold on to or like to get a tag legally and whatever. And I'm like, that'd be kind of cool. Like do something similar to what we do with net cords, but do a rope card. And like, that's one of those, that's just an example of many of things that I've never seen in any other wrestling card product. So I just think along with all of that, I think our design team did an amazing job. People think, oh, you build the sets, you design. I don't design. I draw stick people. I've got many little decoys with pictures of sticks and stuff like that. But for the most part, our design team, I might give them some direction, but I think they did a really good job with this set also.
So when you started, I know we spoke before that you've been thinking about doing it for some time, and obviously we knew this was coming out most of the year. When did you first get the idea that you wanted to bring game use to AEW? Was that like post-Spectrum, or was it something from launch that you were wanting to try and do something like this?
So a couple years back, we wanted to kind of come up with a game plan with AEW. Like, okay, we've put out some sets. What's working, what's not, and what can we do? And I think we decided, obviously, each year there's going to be a flagship, and you guys will name it Volume 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever you guys do. But we're going to have a flagship every year. And then it was also decided to we're going to go back and forth with Metal and Allure. So every other year we're going to we don't want to kill the PMGs, and we don't want to kill the Golden Treasures. Like there's too many of them coming out year after year after year. So we're kind of rotating those two. And we wanted a third, if not fourth set to start working on. So like SP Signatures was 1 year. And then SP Game Used, SP Game Used was I believe supposed to be like a 2025 like third product. And then like SP Signature Edition is supposed to be like a 2026 product. And like we also kind of restructured stuff because we kind of want some of the bigger sets to come out around the same time as big events. It would be stupid for us not to, have something getting ready for like All In or All Out, like that sort of thing. So we're looking into timing too of when the sets come out. But we wanted to get this set out. It took some time, but like I said, I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, it looks absolutely fantastic. Well, we can start with the base. I mean, we always normally start with base. I think it's the white base. I think it's very pretty. I do like the design of it.
We got some base there.
Yeah. Is it white or is it grey?
Yeah, I would say it's like white with a little bit of grey in the middle and some gold. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got some gray texture to it, and on the white, and then obviously the foil does a great job of just elevating the card.
And I mean, on that Thunder Rosa there, it works so well.
Yeah, it's funny when we put foil on a card, my boss, like, if you just put like the logo and the wrestler's name, he just is like, why are you wasting all this foil? Like why are you wasting it? It's like, do something with it. So we gave those directions, like, hey, you got 2 passes of foil, use it. And they definitely did.
Yeah.
Anything else for the base? I mean, I like the parallels as well. I think the red, is it classed as, it's a short print?
So
it is still base, isn't it? I mean, it's like 1 out of every 2.5 packs.
I'll kind of explain. I'll explain the reds. This is a little bit the inside the industry kind of stuff for you guys. So if everything's numbered, you can kind of figure out a print run. If you say there's going to be a numbered card and everything. That being said, that's not the main reason why we did this. You need to have some flexibility. And what I mean, like, well, what if we get initial volumes, and that's what I build the set to. And there might be instances where I have to build more. There might be instances where I have to build less. And I need to have something in the set that allows me some flexibility to still have like the numbered card, but then the ratio card, falls however it was. Like that ratio might have been different when I first built the set to where it is now, but it's where it is now because of, how many cases that we build.
Just on those reds as well. I mean, even with the base set in itself, getting just a couple in a pack as well, like it also gives a further chase as well. If you do want to go after that base set, there is a bit of longevity there as well that you can keep on chasing, especially if you do want to get the reds. I mean, that's going to be a nice set to actually try and achieve and get down the line as well, I think.
That's something that you like to do normally, isn't it? Pick a kind of different parallel and then go after the set in that parallel.
For the next 3 years, yeah.
For the next, eternity.
Jamie, that's why we like collectors like you also, because one thing with hockey compared to a number of the other sports is hockey collectors a lot of them are still collectors. A lot of them still build sets. And with wrestling, there's always that, are they collecting the wrestler? Are they collecting the sets? I don't want to say we're still trying to figure it out, but we still try to add both components to building a wrestling set, where if we were to build, a basketball set, I don't think we would build a set. Like a lot of them, nobody collects like a full, I got the full base set of Prism. Nobody really cares about that. They're like, what colored, numbered, auto, blah, 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 blah. What's it, PSA, pop count. And so wrestlers, I would say, are still similar to hockey collectors, where they're also they build, player collections or wrestler collections, but they also still enjoy collecting the full set.
And I like just really quickly. Sorry. I got no idea. Go.
No, you go on.
I was just
moving the conversation. I didn't know if you wanted to do another question.
No, I was just going to. I'm in base mode. So, the authentic rookies. Obviously, we're looking at those, and it's a fairly up to date list of who we've got in rookies this time around as well. When was your final cut off to decide that actually we now can't make any adjustments to them at this point? Because I know we had the conversation jokingly with Metal, didn't we? Obviously with the rookies, but this is obviously a much more current list, isn't it now?
It's current, but there's still some names that I probably would have seen. I don't think is Megan Bain I don't think she's in the rookie set. And
she's in there. She's
in the set, but I don't think she's authentic rookie.
She's a mem. But
she's not an authentic rookie,
no.
Yeah. So I mean, that's obviously a name we would have liked to have gotten. It's like I said, it takes like a year to build a set. I briefed this. I briefed 2027 Allure already. Like we're already starting on it. Wow. And that's 2027. And so the checklists aren't due tomorrow, but I mean, we still got to do the designs and stuff, but that takes a few months and then you kind of start. So this was like borderline, like we had to sneak some people in there. I may or may not have tried to convince and successfully convinced our project managers that Ty Mello should be back wrestling by the time the set comes out, so just put her in there. And it's so funny. She's like, you were right. Like, she did come back. I was just like, lucky. But yeah. So and then the other thing which we get kind of dogged about is who we believe rookies are, and that's something internally that we are starting to really focus a little differently on, because of like our definition was new to AEW, and so that's why we would consider them rookies to AEW. And maybe it's more of a you put a first AEW card like tag on it. But now a lot of the direction that we're giving is, hey, the younger wrestlers or the newer wrestlers that maybe came up through different organizations and stuff like that, like the Billy Starks of the world. Maybe those are the type of wrestlers that need to be going in these rookie inserts as opposed to Aaron Copeland and Mercedes.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's the one thing that...
I said Aaron Copeland, I meant Adam.
It's the one thing that when people break into this, everyone makes the comment, obviously.
Yeah.
They look at it and go, what are they thinking about? They're not rookies. But we know, knowing you and knowing
we know they're first
exactly.
AEW, don't we?
So, it's the education of for the people who don't know. I think
honestly, we're not always right. Our what we think we should be doing might not be right. And like I said, the more we heard the feedback, because there are guys like you that do their due diligence and are like really look into the checklist and really talk about it and stuff. And then there's just the casual collector, and I hate to say it, but I believe there's probably a lot more casual collectors than people that really do their homework. So we have to remember that, and when we build the set, we have to really keep our target audience, be aware of our target audience.
Well, we've always chatted about as well. It is difficult when people have worked with multiple different promotions and sometimes those cards do show up, and you have a lot of custom card makers out there that do make those rookies as well. So it is difficult to, put even if it is kind of their first mainstream rookie card, maybe. But they may have had about 20 beforehand, so it is difficult. It really is.
Yeah, and that was one of the first. That's one of the harder ones. Like even when the first set came out, there was that all-in set.
Yeah,
and so it's just kind of like, well, do you call it their first card? Do you that was always like we weren't quite sure, and some would say we did the wrong thing. I'm not too opposed to how we treated it initially, but
I still think you should have Young Guns. Do a Young Guns section on it. I think that would be quite good for those who, if you have a quick look on like TCDB and they've got nothing, then they qualify. If not,
the only thing that would worry me about that is like our Young Gun checklist falls at a certain rate, and I was joking because I thought there were a lot more, but we only had like 10 new arrival cards this year so far.
Yeah.
I mean, there might be one or two more, so. You can't really. It's tough to fill out a Young Gun checklist and have them fall at similar rates and stuff. Again, it has a lot to do with branding and if we're going to do a Young Gun, it has to kind of fall at a specific rate usually. So, not that you still can't do that. It's just you have to do a little more thinking on how you're going to execute it.
Just make it a short list. 5 people.
Or we need to get Tony to sign some new names.
Yeah, they don't really develop that much from like they haven't got their own system, have they yet in AEW? They haven't got their own like OVW or something like that.
They haven't got like a step up.
A farming, which they should do really. They're big enough. They've got basically the same amount of people on their books, wrestlers wise, than WWE have. That's mad to think, isn't it? The one thing I would say, last thing on the base, unless anyone else has got anything, I do love the one-of-ones as well in the black. It's like it did remind me a bit of the throwback to Series 1. We're going to call it Series 1, Billy, sorry. But it did give me that throwback feel to the original first set, and I did really like that. I thought it was quite cool.
So there's something, and they do fall in the tech, but they are parallels of the base cards that I actually was on one of the boards and explained it to somebody. One thing that we do in hockey is like the authentic or the cards that are numbered out to 25. In hockey, we have a parallel. It's actually the authentic, the base cards and the authentic rookies. They're numbered to the jersey number, and those are considered like the true rookie cards. And then that's like the base set too. And one thing that we do is we take the last card of so say it's Sidney Crosby. He's number 87. Card 87 out of 87. We'll put a label autograph on, and then we'll put a penny sleeve and attach a COA sticker to it with a COA card. And so it's really like another one of one that we build. And the guy had gotten one numbered out of 25, and he's just like, well, I got this. I go, dude, that's a one-on-one, just so you know. Like, I think you hit 2 case hits in your 2 boxes. So that is something that might not be aware to the wrestling community when it comes to the collecting, but the last card of the 25s are numbered, have that autograph label on it for everyone that we have autos for. I say that, and I think, like, I always build it about like 90% because they do a really good job of signing stuff. So I build it to like a 90% level of getting the cards back with the autos and everything, or autos for the cards. And that's where I said we might have excess. Like, we might have gotten more than 95% or 90%. We got 95%. Well, what are we going to do with the autos? We put them back into the product. Bonus hits.
It's funny you mentioned that, actually, about the COA, because I saw someone on the AEW Facebook chat pulled a tie of Valkyrie and said it came penny sleeve with a COA.
That's
didn't
the exact
know what it meant.
That's the exact thing I commented on. If you scroll down, I tried to explain.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I haven't checked the updates, but I saw that and I wondered. So it doesn't make sense now. Cool.
Okay. Any other thing for the base? I'll move on to a chat about. Normally we talk about memorabilia, but next after the base. But to be honest, the memorabilia is where all the good stuff is.
It's a top drawer,
really. So let's go on to the autographs. Maybe quickly, or quicker than we probably normally do. But the base autographs are in the blue. I love the blue autographs. I think they pop so much. I think they might be my favourite base. Yeah, they might. Chris is showing it to the camera. But it may be my favourite base colour you've done for it. It just pops, man. Guys, do you think the same, Chris, Jamie?
Yeah, with the
Cool.
They're all signed in blue, aren't they, as well? So, do you know what I mean? That always helps with a little colour match. And Mark Quinn here is also wearing blue. So
Blue.
So
triple colour match.
This is my favorite blue auto because just the placement, because you have to put like a little a strip of white across, so the label shows a little bit better.
Yeah.
Poor Jericho. It almost looks like he's at like a nudist camp.
Oh no,
That's amazing.
oh dude,
So yeah, not the.
that's a new Eddie Kingston for you there, Lloyd.
Yeah.
I feel bad. I don't. We didn't do him dirty, but that's probably not the best photo you could have used of Jericho.
You just don't know, though, do you? Until it's like there, you just don't realise, do you, ultimately?
Exactly.
Yeah. The really exciting parts of the autographs that everyone is clambering over for are the duals, triples, and the quads, especially the triples and the quads. I think even though they are sticker, they're not on card, they are a breath of fresh air. It's really weird. They're a breath of fresh air, but it's a throwback. You know what I mean? But we haven't really had many of these outside of like the likes of Leaf for a long time now. And I love a triple and a quad auto. I think they just look really nice. I like, it doesn't really matter so much what the pictures are like for me personally, but I think you've nailed it as well with all the pictures that they've got next to their names and stuff. I just think they work really well. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. We pulled one I got the dual, not the most exciting one, but we got one. So the design works, and what's great is you're going to see a lot more of this in SP signatures with a lot more duals and triples and stuff. And also, there are actually a couple hard signed because, and I don't know if you were going to get into it, but we did do the. So we built at the beginning of the year, maybe it was even last year. We built like a living set of the autographics and the upper deck signatures, and we built those and then had them hard sign those because something that they used to do with autographics back in the day is it was just like a living set, and you sprinkle in some each one. Excuse me, and you've already seen a few online from previous sets. So this was the next iteration of stuff, and we'll literally okay, during the signings, okay, there's so and so, like you sign, and then the next person. So they're sitting there with the actual cards, signing the duel. So there are actually there is some hard sign content in these sets that you'll continue to see throughout our AEW. So I think it's something that we're going to do like every couple of years, print a form, and then our coordinator gets to decide who goes into which ones. Sometimes it might be like, oh, well, we got to get the Mariah May ones out as quick as possible because she's going to be leaving, and then we know so and so is going to be with the organization for a while, so hold on to them for next year, and that sort of there's some strategy to where we place those cards, but it's our chance. And we built a lot of for SP Signature Edition, we built a lot of those cards early too, where it was just kind of like we call it dart throw forms, where it's just like, well, if we get them, we get them. If we don't, we don't. You'll notice the numbering isn't like 1, 2, 3, 4, because you don't want holes in a checklist. We number them like something and then initials. So it's like the wrestler's initials. So then you can kind of get away with, okay, here's the set that came out, and they don't see the holes of the cards that were actually also made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with the quads in themselves, I know you're putting the set together. Are you also working through who's going on the quads, and how's that journey to try and if you're trying to figure out who's on there, is it hard to then take out people that you want to replace them with, or is it constantly trying to juggle who you should put on instead?
Obviously, there were some that are outdated. You got Mercedes and Camille, that was a while ago, but at the time that was the little duo. So unfortunately, some of the stuff is dated, but some of the stuff is still right on. So it's a risky take. We do get some feedback from AEW, like, hey, these people are going to be going solo here soon. They're breaking up as a tag team, or hey, these people. But still, that might be too late for us to change anything, or it just we might have just ran out of time.
What's your favorite quad out of the set?
Oh, it's the ladies. Come on. What is it? It's got what is it? Sky Blue, Anna Jay, Mariah May, and Tony Storm.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah,
That's the best one.
the 4 pillars.
Well, I don't know. The Gun Club is bang bang. No, okay, just me then. Observation wise, I'm gonna give you an observation, and you're gonna tell me, no, I'm talking shit. I know you will. Are the dual, triple autos, quad autos, are they case hits so you can get one per case?
Not all of them.
Potentially.
Not all of them.
I told you.
There are some that aren't. I read that comment. I read the comment, and I wanted to comment back on it, but we really don't talk about case hits that kind of way. I'll probably give you guys a little bit of info, but there are quads, triples, duals that aren't. I believe there's a quad that's not even a case hit, and I know there's definitely triples or duals. I was very, very. I collect this stuff. I follow the values of these guys and the cards and the autos. And what's funny is sometimes the biggest wrestlers aren't necessarily the case hits. I look at secondary markets, and someone like Sky Blue, she doesn't have a belt, but guess what? Her stuff sells, and she's a case hit level type card because.
I wonder why, Billy. I wonder why.
Well, I'm just using her as an example, but that's a case hit level type card because that's stuff that I try to buy, and it's expensive every single time. So I was very, and someone like it, I hate to say it, but someone like Cope, like great wrestler, Hall of Famer, like unbelievable, but his stuff doesn't sell for, you could potentially get an auto, like a red auto from Allure or whatever for like 40, $50. That's not a case-it level type auto. So I really kept that in mind when I was deciding, okay, what's going to be, so there's going to be some cases where you might get like a Cope and Kenny Omega and a Sting, and then maybe Orange Cassidy or something like that, like all in one case, and you're like, oh my gosh, I got like all these great wrestlers, and I think two of the names I just said were case hit type cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as I say, the only reason I asked that question is because the majority of the cases I've been into, I've seen either a dual, a triple, or a quad come out in a case as in one of the 18 boxes, basically. Just an observation. Doesn't mean that's just what I've seen. But yeah, I've seen a lot. To be honest, I think I've seen more triples than I've seen duals, actually, which I thought was a bit weird. But they all look amazing. I think they're a massive hit on the set. I think a lot of people, Chris, when you were ripping your boxes, that's what you were looking for, weren't it?
Oh hell yeah, yeah, absolutely. That's why as soon as I finished ripping those 2 boxes, I ordered another 2 boxes.
There you go.
I'm on the hunt.
Oh, mate.
I'm hunting.
Yeah, I would say, like it should fall. Like we built enough of those that it is almost one a case. Yeah. That being said, I'm just looking at. Hold on one second. I'm not going to be able to make lunch. We're going to be talking. Sorry. Sorry about that.
And we appreciate that, Billy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. I really appreciate it.
Oh no, it's quite all right. Yeah. So there is. Why is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of the 37 either dual, triple, or autos, and that doesn't include the heart sign. Of the 37 of those, I would say not even a third are considered case hits.
Wow.
Nice.
Cool.
So, sorry, Guns, Colton and Austin, you're not a case hit.
Yeah.
Even though
Which is okay for
Dave is. Yeah.
even though it's 2 autographs. Again, I you guys know I trade and I buy a lot of what's the biggie smalls where you're not supposed to get high on your own supply? Well, I definitely do that, unfortunately, and so I'm pretty familiar with values and what a collector would consider a case hit level card.
Yeah.
There's a quote.
Yeah, I like that. So true.
I think the thing is, right, with the rest of the autos, there is one other to talk about other than the one that we're going to talk about. A lot of them are memorabilia-based and autographs, so we're not going to cover those. Significance. Are they significance? How do you say it, Billy? Because you always have your ways of saying
significance.
Significance.
Yeah. Yes.
That so there's 25 of those, one every 9 packs. I've seen them come out quite a lot, not like massive amounts of them, but I've seen them in most cases come out a couple of times. So
they're like a throwback, aren't they?
Yeah,
I remember them from the 90s, the 2000s.
Yeah.
Well, if you say it like I say a couple of times, they're one every 9 packs, right? So theoretically, they should, on average, come out to a case.
Yeah, we pulled two in ours, but what I'll say is the autographs, they're all bunched together. Like, so the way we have it, we have like our case hit level autos. We have like a hit auto, like an auto A kind of thing, and then we have like a filler auto. So, depending on the checklists or whatever, like you could get 0, you could get 4, you could get 2. It just depends on how often they fall in whatever loop category that they're in.
Yeah. Okay.
And the other one to talk about is the updates. Now, I've seen the update. The only time I've seen the updates come out, and they mostly have been Marina Shafir. Some of I've seen one that actually had a bit of. 'Cause these are the ones that are actually on card, right? The updates are on card.
Like the Shivani.
Like the Shivani.
Twinning.
Double Shivani.
Double Shivani.
Jinx,
I actually saw.
Okay.
I was going to say I actually saw Marina actually put on a bit more on there as well. So there aren't just names on there as well. They have been added to on some of them, which I think is quite cool. But I have seen these come out as like dual auto packs. So like there's been an auto and then there's been one of these tucked behind the auto in the pack. That's what I've seen. That don't necessarily mean that that's how it is. But
that's how it happened on my one, actually. I got my Tony behind my Willow. So it was just in there as I'd say a fourth card, but like the extra hit in the pack to the 3 instead of 4, yeah.
So remember when I said we had surplus? That's one of the things that I didn't necessarily account for in the build when I built this was these bonus autos, and I said, if you've noticed, we've had kind of bonus hits in the last number of sets. And it's the same reason because when we first built those sets, this wasn't part of the strategy of the set, and since then we've been like, okay, well, we're gonna have five subjects. I know Julia Hart has one. I've seen one so far online. I wish she would have signed her name a little better on the one that I saw, but whatever. And then does Hangman? I think Hangman has one too.
Hangman's in the
Does Darby got one as well?
He might. But
the updates.
Yeah. So that's the living. That's the
I
living
think
set.
I've seen one.
So I know you're saying update, but this is kind of like the living set that I was talking about. There's two different sets. There's the autographics, which is more of a skybox insert. So that's why there were so many of them, because we didn't have many skybox sets coming out. And again, we're trying to stay true to branding. And then there's like the autographics, and that's more of, or the UD signatures or whatever. And that's more of a upper deck branding stuff. So that's why those go into flagship and have gone into this set.
Yeah, because they looked very similar to Black Diamond. The updates on.
Okay. Oh, Black Diamond. Black Diamond had some too. It's the exact. They are the exact same. We had two forms of like 100 cards, and printed them out, and then at the signings when we would get them, they would have like a stack of however many we needed, and then they would sign them.
Okay.
I got to sit with Luther for a while. That was fun. He was the first one that showed up. And so I'm like, what's up, buddy? He's like, oh, I just got married yesterday. I was like, what? In Vegas.
And you're here.
Happy honeymoon.
Yeah, right?
So what you're saying there, Billy, then, is that there's potential that Tony Schiavone may have signed some of these cards at the National when he was doing the rounds.
Oh, no, I think he'd already gotten his stuff done, but most of these have been signed and are just waiting in our warehouse.
So, right, let's go and talk about a bit of memorabilia. So, I mean, we have to talk about the fork first, right? I mean, there's no point like leaving it to the end, because this is what everyone's listening for. They want to talk about. They want some fork action from you, Billy. There is a 1-of-1 fork redemption in the set. This is from All In Texas, the match between Mox and Hangman, where the fork was used. Billy retrieved the fork from one of the guys. Was he in the ring or just outside the ring?
Which fork are you talking about? Are you talking about this fork right here?
I'm talking about that fork right there. Billy's showing us. If you're just listening to us on audio, Billy's showing us the picture with him with the fork when he procured it.
It was. Yeah, I love telling this story because after the matches, it's the way I put it. There was the old Wheel of Fortune way back in the day where they had a room with all these like toys and gifts, and the room like spun, and the person has like a certain amount of money, and he's like, "I'll take that, and I'll take that." It's actually a funny Family Guy where he's just like, I'll take the fat guy in the circle. He's like, that's you. Oh, sorry. And then it's like, I'll take, but like you have like a specific amount of money to spend. So it's kind of like that where we go down after the matches and then we're like, I want that. I want that. And I'm just sitting there, and the guy's name is Bird because he's a big Philadelphia Eagles fan, I guess, and so he goes by Bird. And I was like, "You got the fork?" And he just turns to me and has the biggest grin on his face, and literally just pulls out of his back pocket the fork, not cleaned yet. And I'm just like, "Can we have it?" He's just like, "Here you go." I was just like, "Okay, what do we do with this?" And we've got a team now at Upper Deck. Like when we first started, it was fairly new, and not everybody were the biggest wrestling fans. Obviously, I was a big fan, and if you see some of like the images that we had before that we put on cards, like some of them are just like, really, that's what you chose. Jamie, I know you love that first set, but you got to admit, like some of the photo selection wasn't the greatest in the world. We got teams in photo that really care. Our coordinator who does the checklist, he's all about wrestling too. Like he loves it. Our project manager is insane crazy about wrestling. And then we just picked up a new brand manager who is really excited about the brand, and he's the guy for AEW with our brand now. And so we all were just like, okay, now we got to do something, and like, where can we put it? And so we're just kind of thinking of ideas. Do we do like, how our competitors will do, like something just happened and now you can get this card. And it's like, there's a little more to it than that. You got to design a card. Like they have a generic design that they use for everything. And we're like, we want to make this special. So we made the design team literally in a day flipped it to us, made the design, and our marketing team got on it as quick as possible. AEW and our brand team was like trying to get stuff through the process as quickly as we could, because we could help market SP Game News. I think we had just solicited it not too long before all this happened. We actually got a few other items that we were tempted to put in there. Like speaking of Luther, we got his broken glasses that were from that show. And since then, we've actually gotten more stuff. So this type of thing will be in more products. We just need to make sure that we know what we're doing with them and what brands they go in. See, there's Will. You saw him looking at my desk again. He has nothing to do with AEW, so
Hi, Will.
Just keep walking, Will.
I will.
Yep. But anyway, just sorry, listeners, and not people watching the video. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of how it came across, and everybody that works on AEW at Upper Deck is just excited about AEW. I can kind of hint we had a really good Dynamite a week ago. Maybe some blood, maybe some guts, and there's a possibility that we put something out for that. You heard it here first. And I mean, there's some iconic images from that show that we might be breaking some barriers of what we've shown in the past in that set. So nothing's been officially approved. So I'm just saying it could happen, but you might hear something real soon about that. And again, everyone we were already building the set as soon as we walked in the office the next day. I'm like, I want this, I want this. I already own. I bought the 1 hour T-shirt special of the sky blue one, and then I was so mad because I went on their shop, and so the 1 hour special one doesn't have the photo. And then they started selling another one with the photo, very similar. I'm like, got to get that one too. I'm like, such an icon. That's the Britt Baker moment. I really think that's her Britt Baker moment. Like, it was amazing. That's her, Becky Lynch moment when Nia Jax busted her nose open. That was Sky Blue's moment, and she owned it.
Well, we're just hoping that Tony Sniff does right by her. That's the thing next. Because that's what it all boils down to, doesn't it, really? If the direction these wrestlers go in WWE always seem to be with one man at the minute. So hopefully we get to see her on the the track to some fame past this going forward. But
AEW, not WWE.
Huh?
So you said WWE, it threw me.
Yeah, sorry. Just like WWE. So yeah, there is that. But yeah, back to the fork. You got the fork. You've put it in a card. It is in a redemption, though, so it will be made up when it gets pulled. I haven't seen it pulled yet. Has anyone seen it pulled yet?
No, it's still live. It's still live, mate. Keep buying boxes.
Seen it.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it sold yet. I will say it is the full fork. I know I've seen people question, did they cut it up? No, we made an oversized card, and that's why it's a redemption, because you can't just put a big fork in a pack of cards and put it in the box. So it is the full fork. It's an oversized card. It's something we've done similar to like in Goodwin Champions, where we make oversized relic cards. That's pretty much what this is. We kind of took that direction for the card.
Cool.
I think it's pretty cool in some ways, actually, because you would actually sometimes expect that would appear lots of on your memorabilia line. I know you obviously do the oversized memorabilia and kind of the upper deck memorabilia. That it's nice to see it in a card rather than go down to that line, which it could have done, really.
Oh, for sure. There's arguments every now and then of where stuff's going. Like they want stuff, we want stuff, but so far the card people have won a lot of those battles.
So memorabilia-wise, I think the one I'm more familiar with, because they're one every 2 packs, is the green memorabilia parallel, which comes out normally with a bit of black t-shirt on it. I haven't seen one yet with any graphic on it.
No, yeah, I've got 2 here. They've both got.
Now you're gonna test me here. Okay, so that is on. Oh, there's a white one. White men. Thanks.
Oh, there you go.
Thanks, Harley.
Nice.
But no, you're right. And a lot of the wrestler worn memorabilia, we will use like T-shirts and stuff that the wrestlers wore. That being said, there was specific direction. So when you build a sports product like with hockey, you'll have a jersey version, and then you have the patch parallel. Well, we don't have patches, and so I gave specific direction. Like if you see my Ricochet, this one's numbered. This is numbered out of 10. So this is almost like the patch version, and you see it comes with multicolor. So it was specific direction to, unfortunately, make a lot of the regular memorabilias to be like a one color, because then it differentiates the difference between the premium mem cards that we put on there. So yes, I know it sucks. Like people call them napkin patches in sports because usually it's like white jersey, but it is still a piece of memorabilia worn by the wrestler. It's just we wanted to use the fancier pieces for that. That being said, now if you'll notice the banner years, I'm sorry, not the banners, but the ring blends, like I was very specific, like make sure there's break-in colors on these. We don't want to. I'm like,
yeah, it looks cool.
We're not making the whole
thing.
The aprons are the aprons are so big that you don't. You can find spots like we're not going to use the whole apron. You can find spots on the apron that have the color changes and stuff like that you can then make it a little more colorful.
Are they taken from old Rampage banners? Because obviously there's lots of reds and different yellows. Do you know what sort of aprons they are from? Or are they from pay-per-views or?
Usually, yeah. Usually we get the pay-per-view banners. That's what pay-per-view memorabilia. It's very rare that we get memorabilia from just like a regular show. And like, again, we usually have people at those pay-per-views that then collect the memorabilia.
Nice.
What's the difference between the green memorabilia and then the authentic? There we go. Authentic fabrics.
Yeah, it's just a different insert. So what we didn't want to do is we didn't want to have an insert that had like 600 copies. It just makes it worthless. So if you limit it and then add another insert, one, you can add more wrestlers. Like some like another chance to get, fabric, but it's different, and then it's rare. Definitely could have saved money if the only memorabilia parallel of the shirts is that green parallel, and then the premium, but we just wanted to add variety to being able to get, and we do that in our sports also. It adds variety, and it also brings down the number of cards per subject.
Okay. I was just, I didn't know, so thank you for telling me.
Yeah, no worries.
But yeah, that's cool.
Was that one of your tough questions you told me you were going to ask? I'm just joking.
There's a tough question I'm going to ask you later on, so yeah, sorry. Banner years, we just touched on it. They're broken down into event 1, 2, and 3.
Yep.
So
yeah, let me see if I have any of those hiding here.
The pack ratio is exactly the same. Is that the actual event? Is that? Because one says BYFG, the other one's BYRV, and the other one's BYWD.
I've got one that's specifically from Wrestle Dream.
Yeah.
And then I have another one that's from Revolution.
There you go.
So, So yeah, we wanted people to know, like, if we have an opportunity to be a little more specific on what you're getting, we're going to try to do that. And so the banners, I wanted people to know, like, oh, this is from this banner, this is from this banner. The images should be from that specific pay-per-view. It's one of those things, like, we keep asking for stuff, and they're like, when are you going to use it? And I'm like, all right, don't worry, we got something in store here. Again, it's like, you don't want to have one that has like 1,000 copies and one that has 10 copies. You want to try to even it out. And these banners are huge, so we're not going to run out of material for these. So that's kind of why you see similar ratios.
I will say with the Revolution ones, obviously we've got Sting in there twice, which is obviously Sting's final match banner, which is probably going to be one of the chases of that banner year sale, I would have thought.
Yeah, our coordinator made sure he looked to see who was in there and anyone of importance and any match of importance, for sure.
Sting is at a 10 autograph on the Revolution. So
that's going to be a big chase card, yeah.
Yeah. He's also in Wrestle Dream to 10 as well. Was he in Wrestle Dream?
Find out.
Did he show up and help?
Did he help someone? Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway.
The funny thing is, too, that's as a whole that they fall. So there might be some that are short printed and some that are easier. But they're pretty close. Like, I'm looking at the numbers now. It's not huge, but then I have the big checklist on those because, again, I don't want to have like 500 copies of these things. There's not a lot, That's one thing that I have really appreciate about this set is that, like, when I'm building stuff for other sports, sometimes the drivers, by the driver we meant like how many sheets you print and how many cards there are per whatever, they're pretty high. But for this one, I either got to number some stuff low, or I know there's not a lot, and I looked at the secondary market, and stuff like the authentic fabrics, stuff like those are like $1 or $2 cards if you go to a show for hockey. But I know they're worth more because I know there's a lot less of them available for AEW. Another one that I don't know if I'm jumping the gun, but the marquees was something that I was worried about. There you go. I was worried about at first. But what the marquees are kind of like is like the draft day marks where the players sign the letters that we put in the cards and they're numbered to like 35 or 50. I wanted to kind of do something like that. And I had like the whole list and everything planned out, like how many, because you have to order the letters and all that. So I had the whole checklist almost done before I built the set because I wanted to make sure I was building enough of them. But I think the fact that they're numbered to 50, you're going to get those wrestler collectors that want to spell the name that's on the marquees. Like, trust me, I'm gonna try for the Thai mellow, and right now I'm seeing them for like $20 to $50 a piece. And it's
to be honest, it's a good thing it's just 4 in mellow. Like if you're a Statlander.
Oh no, it's 7.
I saw
it's
Dr.
Thai.
Britt Baker.
Oh, it's Thai.
So it's
Dr. Britt Baker DMD. Is that the whole? It says on the back, doesn't it?
Yeah, it says on the back what you have to spell.
No way.
But I've only
Like
got packs.
Tony
so
Storm is only Tony Storm is only 4 letters, so you're good there.
Oh, okay.
Like imagine having to spell Wheeler Yoda. Oh no, thank you. But yeah, that's what's kind of cool too, is they actually show you on the back like what you have to spell.
It's like got a dot in between, hasn't it?
Some of them are nicknames, some of them are their name. It just it varied, but I wanted to hit a specific number of these, and this is one of those things where I just love, and we do something like in Black Diamond, where they had like these patches and they make big logos. I don't know if they did it in AEW, but they connect the 6 cards and it makes a big logo, and people are like, oh, nobody wants like just manufactured patches. And then they see what they sell for in the secondary market, and they just change their tune completely. And the fact that these are numbered to 50, and if somebody wants to spell, Cage for Christian Cage, I know I have to get 4 cards that are numbered out of 50. But that makes me wonder. I think we got 3 Bryan Danielsons. Oh my gosh, I'm almost done.
Yeah.
Yes. Got 3 out of the 5. Let's go.
I'm a third of the way on pack.
Yeah, I know. Before we go on to the next part, we're just going to have a quick little break, and we'll be back right with you.